Hey guys, how you doing? Mike, Pratt Family Homestead. Hey, I'm in my workshop office today, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go hang this swarm trap here. I caught a swarm last year with this swarm trap. How awesome is that? And some of the other things I'm going to do today is get all the rest of my bee stuff moved down to our other barn. This is the hive that the girls did a couple years ago. So I was so happy with the swarm from last year because I just checked on it. It's the beginning of April, and they made it through the winter. All my other package bees that I've bought, the hives have died off, and a lot of that or died off or they've just left, and a lot of that's probably just my total inexperience. But today I want to take you along. I'm going to go hang this swarm trap. I'm going to show you what I'm doing inside of here, and also in hopefully here real soon, I'm building 6 more of these. So it's kind of backwards. I'm just taking you today to where I'm hanging this one. I'm going to hang it in the same spot that I caught the trap last year, or I caught the swarm last year. And then hopefully here in a couple of weeks I'll have another video out about building these and talking more about the swarm traps. But the basics is this is a 5-frame nuke, but a deep one. I'm putting some frames in here that have wax on them, at least one frame with wax for some scent. My buddy Uncle Haas sent me these homemade swarm lures, which what I really like about these is this is just beeswax and lemongrass oil. That's it. So I'll show you inside here. I took one of these and I wiped it all over inside. I wiped it all over the entrance. And then what was left, I just dropped in there for the scent. I know a lot of people use Swarm Commander and some other stuff for lures, but for me, last year, having wax on the frames, on at least one frame inside the swarm trap, and then dabbing a little bit of lemongrass oil around, caught a swarm. Now today's kind of chilly. Today I think we're topping out around 40, but the rest of this weekend and everything, we're going to be in the 50s and 60s, and I think we're hitting 70 real soon. So I want to make sure if those scout bees are out, I want them to find this and know about it, even if they're not swarming yet. So anyways, let's take a look in here. All right. I got some recently cleaned off frames because I believe these frames I had in the freezer over winter. They got some wax worms. So I left them out. They were in the freezer forever. I don't know how long. But I can't remember what exactly they say is a time to keep those in the freezer, but I went way past it. I know I have some frames in here that have wax. Oh, I knocked the can. I'm going to take a couple of these frames out. I am told that the frames with the dark wax, the brood wax on here, that or whatever it's called, is the best to have to try and attract swarms. So like this one, I'll use this one in a different trap, but any of these with wax on them, except for one, I'm going to take out because I'm making other swarm traps and I don't have anything. And I got to imagine some wax of some kind is better than no wax. Here's the lure that Uncle Haas, Ryan, gave me. And I took this thing, right here, I'll just show you back here. And I kind of just rubbed it all over in here. Rubbed it on the bottom. Really want to get that scent. And then I also rubbed it around the door here really good. All right, we're going to take a frame with some darker brood on it, with some darker wax, and we're going to put that one in the middle. Here's an empty frame. Empty frame. Empty frame. Let me grab another. This is a cleaned, empty frame. I built this a little snug, which is fine. And here's my extra frames that have some wax on them. And then this will go on top. Probably overkill with the screws here, but what the heck. So I'm going to go ahead and link the video that I followed to construct these, and that's how I'm going to build 6 more. I mean, it worked for me last year, so I have no doubt that it's going to work, right? So I'm going to link to the video. You can download the plans to build these from the description of that video. So please check that video out. Super easy. 1 sheet of plywood, you can build 3 of these. So I'm planning on building 6. And there are some design things I'm going to change on mine this year. So let's do it already. Let's go get this thing hung up. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to leave this in the bottom. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop this in the bottom so there's a continuous scent in there. What I did last year was every couple weeks I'd come back and I'd dab a little bit of lemongrass oil around the opening. I'm thinking maybe I won't have to with this just sitting in there. But to be on the safe side, oh, it smells so good. To be on the safe side, I might do that anyways. So top of the hill here. Boy, it's windy. I'm trying to block the wind for you guys. That's the tree right there. Now I probably should have tried to get it up higher in this tree, but I'll show you right where I put it last year. You might even be able to see the screw from here. Right there. Boy, it's so bright out. I think you guys can see that. I'm gonna come back and trim out some of these grapevines, trim this area out so I can have a little bit easier access to this, but I didn't really have any problem last year. So this will have the opening to the beehive facing south out over this field. That was one of the tips and tricks that I had read to placing these, is have the opening facing south out, kind of back in the woods, kind of shaded, which once all the leaves come out, it's shaded here quite a bit of the day. And then facing out towards a field is the best. So let's go ahead and get this thing hung and we'll be done. That's that. Okay, so once you see bees in there, this will of course be a whole nother video, hopefully, when we catch some bees, hopefully. But when there's bees in there, you can leave them for weeks. In fact, you really, from what I've read, you really want to leave them in there until you start seeing them bring pollen in. My understanding is if once they start bringing pollen in, they've set up shop. They think they're home. They are good to go. So that is one indication of when to bring them and get them put into a hive. Another thing about this is a lot of people say 10 to 15 feet high in the tree or higher. This worked for me, and actually this is kind of like even really low because we're kind of on a down slope here, but it worked last year. So I'm hoping this spot will work again. Some other things I've read have said that you want miles in between your swarm traps. I don't have that luxury. I'm probably going to set up at least another one in this little tiny wooded area of mine. And I've started asking neighbors and stuff if I can get some hung at their places. So we'll see. I'm hoping to have 8 swarm traps around the area this year.